One of these AIs just wrote a sales email that made me physically uncomfortable because it knew exactly how to manipulate me. I tested ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini on the same marketing challenge. One of them wrote like a corporate robot, one wrote like a growth hacker, and one of them wrote with scary human empathy. The results? Not even close. Today, we compare the basics and then head into the Advanced Gauntlet. The winner surprised me. The basic prompt test. First, we ran 3 basic tests: a product email, a Facebook ad, and a landing page. For a product launch email for a productivity app called FlowState, ChatGPT was the reliable draftsman. It followed the word count and used a standard problem solution format. Safe? Yes. Exciting? No. Claude 4.5 immediately felt different. It used emojis effectively and tapped into in-group bias with the line, "built by remote workers for remote workers." It felt like it was written by someone who actually works from home. Gemini went for high-level utility. It used a strong hook. The hardest part of remote work isn't the workload, it's the digital noise. Then, the 125-character Facebook ad challenge. ChatGPT was a bit repetitive across its variations. Claude 4.5 understood social media fragments, punchy, short, and scannable. Gemini actually stole this round by providing strategic angles. It gave me an impact angle and a minimalist angle. That's a pro-level marketing move that saves a creative director a lot of time. Round 3, the landing page hero section for TaxEasy. 1. ChatGPT, the standard professional. Headline: Taxes for freelancers explained like a human. Subheadline: TaxEasy helps you file with confidence by explaining deductions in plain English, not confusing jargon. Marketing critique: this is solid textbook copy. It follows the instructions to the letter. It's clear, it's readable, but it feels a bit like a template. It's the kind of copy you see on 90% of SaaS websites. It works, but it doesn't pop. 2. Gemini, the conversion specialist. Headline: Stop overpaying the IRS just because you're freelance. The innovation. Gemini did something brilliant. It didn't just explain the software. It gave the feature a name. It coined the term Jargon-Translator. Marketing critique. In marketing, if you name your process, you own the category. This is called a unique mechanism. 3. Claude 4.5, the behavioral marketer. Headline: Tax deductions finally explained like a human. The hook. Claude focused on the painful behavior of the user with the subheadline, "Stop Googling tax jargon." Marketing critique. This is clever because it identifies a specific frustrating habit that every freelancer has. It's not just selling tax help, it's selling an end to the late-night Google searches. It's very relatable and builds instant trust. So, the basic rounds gave us a clear picture. ChatGPT is the most consistent. Gemini is the most direct and aggressive. Claude 4.5 is the most relatable. Now we move into the advanced tests. This is where Claude Sonnet 4.5 started to show its dominance. Test 4, Brand Voice Adaptation. ChatGPT is a master mimic. It knows the enterprise and startup buzzwords perfectly. It's clean, but it feels like it's following a template. Gemini, on the other hand, writes like a creative director. For the playful voice, it gave us the secret sauce that turns your project to-dos into ta-das. That's a clever marketing rhyme you'd see on a billboard. Its enterprise voice was also the most polished, focusing on predictable project outcomes at scale. But Claude 4.5 added something the others didn't: human humor. In the playful voice, it threw in, "And yes, we have dark mode. We're not monsters." The PASS framework. We asked the AIs to sell noise-canceling earbuds to software developers. This is a tough crowd. If the copy is too fluffy, they'll ignore it. Let's look at how they compared. 1. ChatGPT, the safe and structured approach. ChatGPT gave us a very solid professional draft. It identified the problem immediately. Open offices are built for collaboration, but for developers, they often become a wall of distractions. 2. Gemini, the aggressive growth hacker. Gemini took a much more aggressive, high-stakes approach. Look at this headline. The FlowState is under attack. The agitation. Gemini used high-impact language like the death of deep work and killing your velocity. It even used proprietary language by calling the earbuds a silent perimeter for your deep work. 3. Claude 4.5, the storytelling strategist. But then there's Claude 4.5. This is where the gap between AI and copywriter disappears. The agitation. Instead of just saying it's loud, Claude wrote, "You're 3 lines deep into a complex algorithm when, wham, Karen from sales laughs at full volume." The data. It then hits you with a specific stat. Every interruption costs you 23 minutes of recovery time. So, who is the king of marketing copy? Here's the truth. ChatGPT is your safe corporate writer. It'll never embarrass you, but it'll never wow anyone either. Gemini is your aggressive growth hacker. If you want conversion-focused, high-urgency ads, it's a beast. But Claude 4.5, it's the only one that writes copy people actually trust. And in 2026, trust is the entire game. So, which one are you using? Comment, GPT, Gemini, or Claude? I want to see where this audience lands. And if you want my exact prompts for all 3 of these tests, comment the word prompts and I'll send them to you. The results might flip everything you just saw. I'll see you then.